Good morning. Welcome to day 9 of 31 days of mindfulness meditation. This is a mindfulness practice that I'm holding space for the month of January, for us to get clear and anchor in what we envision for ourselves for 2025, and so that we can develop a practice of coming home to ourselves, and for myself to incorporate discipline in that practice of coming home to myself, and making sure I'm just doing a daily check-in, um, a daily recall of what is happening in and around me. So today's focus is simply on being. For the previous days, day 1, we started out with just getting clear on our intention and our vision for the year, and each day following, we aligned with each chakra system and aligned our energy with the energy of that chakra. And today I want to just focus on being. So now that hopefully we feel a little more centered, a little more aligned, that we can begin to be here and present in our being and aware of who we are and what's authentic and true for us. And I briefly want to touch on I feel like what's happening in the world, but in particular California and the fires and the chaos of it all, of how to hold the space for compassion and oneness with the collective, but also being able to center in peace, center in still the overarching energy of what we envision for ourselves and what we want, without having to sacrifice that in order to be compassionate for what others may go through and what we are experiencing out in the world. And that both can be true, both can be present. And I think the more that we are in our being and that we're present is how we allow the polarities that we experience to exist, and we could be in the center and hold space for both. So today's meditation is focused on that. So whenever you're ready, you can tune into this meditation sitting up or lying down, whichever is most comfortable for you, and just begin to close your eyes and tune into your breath. Begin to take notice of your inhale and your exhale. Begin to take notice of the expansion with each inhale, the life flowing into your body. The awareness that is flowing into your body. Becoming more aware of your exhale and your release. How we are always in this state of polarity of receiving and letting go. The breath teaches us that we cannot hold on, that we must detach, that is a part of our being. That is how we sustain life. It's by being open to receive, but also willing to let go, willing to release. In that short moment where we pause between breaths is our being, our groundedness. It is our center. That slight pause after an inhale. The short moment of relief after an exhale. It's how we become aware of ourselves. That moment brings us back into awareness of our bodies. When we choose to practice meditation, it is our choice and our choosing to hold the space for polarity. Hold the space for what polarity can teach us about who we are and what our capacity is. It dares us to expand what we think we know, in this practice, we learn that two things can be true. That our inhale is just as necessary as our exhale. And that it is both that offers wholeness. That it is not the or, but rather the both and. that both sustain life. And we can take this lesson outside of meditation, outside of breath, and into our everyday life. It teaches us that both peace and chaos is necessary for harmony. Do we ever get to peace without chaos? Do we get to our inhale without an exhale? Meditation teaches us to hold the space for both, to gain the lessons of both. That there is medicine here, but the medicine is only available when we are present, when we are aware of who we are, when we are in our body, when we are in our being. We are in our awareness. When we are in our practice. When we are in the act of holding the space. I'll give us a few moments to hold the space for whatever we may be battling with today, whatever polarities exist within us personally. Give it time to express itself, to be sat with, and to become aware of. Whenever you're ready, come back to center. Begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Begin to open your eyes. Maybe take the time to journal to see what polarities exist and came up for you today. What two truths are ready to be explored and offer wisdom to be integrated into your life, your body, your principles, how you see and interact with the world. And that concludes day 9 of 31 days of mindfulness meditation. Yesterday, I had said, like, throughout this journey of the 31 days, afterwards, I usually pull an oracle card from this yogic path deck that I have that touches on yogic principles. And so yesterday, I just started to share with you guys as I end the meditation. And so today, I'm going to do the same. And I wanted to share it because they always align with the meditation really well. And today, this meditation was actually a little shorter than maybe before. I don't time them, so I don't say it's going to be like a 20-minute, 30-minute meditation. I just do whatever I feel called to do in the moment. But I don't even know how we got there to talk about the length of time, but I'm just pulling a card to affirm us and what came up for meditation, and see what more information or what more energy is maybe needed to be expressed or to be sat with today. So the Buddha card came out. And I will read from the book what it says. It says, Buddha, one who is aware. Buddha is not just one person, but anyone who has an aware and blessed soul right now. That is you. You have woken up to your true self and let go of the illusions that were binding you to the material world. You have taken off the mask of security and given a good look into the vastness of your own soul. You have realized that nothing is inherently good or bad, but rather just is. You understand the non-dual nature of the world and are letting go of the judgments of the world or judgments of the mind. But I also think the world applies. How the knowledge that we are all Buddha nature, it just takes remembering. That was the upright version, which it did come out upright, but I will read the reverse just in case it resonates with anyone as well. It says, we live in a glitzy world where it's easy to become caught up in things, possessions, appearances, money, relationships. While these things are not inherently bad, as nothing is, they often inhibit us from remembering our own truth, who we are without these things. Find a tree and spend some time meditating beneath its earthly wisdom. Let her branches speak to you the truth that your mind is overlooking. Envision what your life would be without these things and let go of those that are holding you back. All is temporary except your soul. So, like I said, it always resonates. Um, and today's meditation was centered around holding space for polarity, the good and the bad, the peace and the chaos, the inhale and the exhale. And I think that is how we get into our beingness. That's how we get into our Buddha nature, is by holding the space for both instead of condemning one or the other. When we make room and space for both to exist, there is not this tug of war of who matters more, who has to be more present. Both are just harmonious in their presence because they don't have to get loud in order to be heard. And I think when we give our awareness to both, that's how we have peace. That's how we have harmony. It is not just because we are in a peaceful place and we're ignoring the chaos of the world. It is being able to acknowledge, witness, and be aware of both the chaos and the peace. And that's how we find harmony, of being like centered in both, being aware of both. So that is the energy to sit with today. How can you be more Buddha-like in nature, or for those who practice more religion, how can you be more Jesus-like? Because I think they are one and the same, of being able to hold the space of love between good and bad, and not choosing either or, but rather offering love to both. All right, so that is day 9. I will be back tomorrow with day 10. I'm not sure what the intention is tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow is surrender. I have them all listed out on my calendar, but tomorrow is surrender, and we will be in day 10. So stay tuned. If you are new or just coming across these videos, make sure you subscribe and turn on your post notifications. I usually go live every day around 7:30-ish. Sometimes a little before, sometimes a little after, but always kind of within this time frame. So, yeah, if you're interested in joining me, stay tuned and turn on your notifications. All right, bye for now.